Some stories you don't read, you survive them. School library memories, twisted illustrations in the dark. So dead records. Don't look up the chimney. $200 for a night in the frame. Haunted house on the hill, they don't even know the name. Kid and his dog sit down by the grate, stoke the fire high, tempting the hand of fate. Midnight strikes, silence breaks in the trees. A melody of malice floating on the freezing breeze. Meet Tye Doughty Walker, a hollow rhythmic sound. The boy starts to sweat, eyes darting all around me. Tye Doughty Walker, hear the voices call. Lynchy, kinchy, collie, molly, dingo, dingo. Shadows on the wall, don't answer back, don't let it know you're there. But the dog's already singing and it's drifting through the air. Meet Tye Doughty Walker, the darkness has a face. Everything's quiet in this cold, godforsaken place. Meet Tye Doughty Walker, now it's closer to the back. The boy tries to hush him, but the dog is on the track. The rhythm is a fever, it's a spell in the blood. Lynchy, kinchy, collie, molly, dingo, dingo. Falling like a flood, now it's on the roof, sliding down the flue. Meet Tye Doughty Walker, coming right for you. Dog opens up his throat, screams it loud and clear. The final haunting answer that only death can hear. Bloody mess on the stone, staring with a vacant eye. No life left to live, no reason for the lie. The dog hits the floor, stiff and cold as stone. The head turns to the boy, he's never been this alone. Mouth opens wide, jaw unhinged and slow. You wanna see what happens, you wanna know. So dead. So dead.
Some promises don't end at the graveyard gate. Love is a tether, even when the pulse stops. So dead records. Keep your hand on the handkerchief. Yeah. Farmer had a daughter, his pride and his soul, but he stole away the farm hand to keep her in control. Sent her to the county line, miles from the field. But a broken heart is a wound that never heals. Jim wasted away, gave his spirit to the ground, buried in the quiet where the silence can be found. The father kept the secret, the guilt was his to keep, while the girl was dreaming memories, half awake and half asleep. And he's cold as clay, riding through the darkness, stealing the day, wrapped in the shroud of a long buried lie, with the handkerchief tied where the secrets go to die. Upon the door, beneath the pale moonlight, Jim stood there waiting in the middle of the night. Your father sent for you, the words were hollow toned. She climbed up on the saddle, felt the chill right through the bone. They rode like a hurricane across the frozen track. She wrapped her arms around him, never looking back. My head is aching, girl, he whispered in the gloom. She touched his skin and realized he was a living tomb. And he's cold as clay, riding through the darkness, stealing the day, wrapped in the shroud of a long buried lie, with the handkerchief tied where the secrets go to die. Why are you so cold? She asked into the air. They reached the farm at midnight, but there was no one there. Horse was shivering, covered in a sweat of pure dread, but the rider had vanished, gone back to the dead. Father told the truth, the shovel hit the dirt. They pried the lid open to see the depth of hurt. Nothing left but bones, a body in the fray, but something caught the moonlight in a strange and sudden way, round the skull of the ghost. Beneath the grave dirt sway, was her handkerchief, cold as clay.
it's just begun. Every driver's worst nightmare is staring back in the rear view. So dead records. Don't look in the backseat. Basketball game in the blue sedan, pulling away. Red truck right behind, looking for a price to pay. Mirror full of light, check the speed, check the pace. Every time I shift, he's right there in the chase. High beams blinding, turning my cabin to a cage. Flooding me with white, turning up the dark road rage. Back road wine in the middle of the deep nowhere. Trying to lose the phantom, gasping for the air. High beams, flashing like a warning sign. Flickering the shadows, crossing every line. What do you want? Why you staying on my tail? Every time the lights fade, I'm getting thin and pale. High beams, blazing in the dead of night. Keep me in the crosshairs, keep me in the light. Driveway coming up, I'm screaming to the front door. Call the cops, I'm yelling, I can't take it anymore. Out in the gravel, gun pointed at the ground. Truck driver shaking, not making a sound. Police rush the scene, cuffs go on the wrist. But the driver points a finger through the nighttime mist. You don't want me, he said, trembling with the knife. Check the backseat, check the one who wanted your life. Crouched in the shadows, waiting for the stop. A knife in the darkness, waiting for the drop. Every time the high beams hit the glass, the killer had to hide, couldn't let the secret pass. He was saving me from the monster in the frame. He was flashing the lights just to keep me alive. While the shadow in the back was just waiting to dive. Don't look in the back. So dead records. Philadelphia nights. You think you're seeing things, but sometimes the things that shouldn't be there are just waiting for you to catch up. So dead. Let's ride. Business trip, late night, crashing with some friends. Big house in the suburbs where the driveway bends. Can't get no sleep, toss and turn in the sheet. Hear a motor in the yard, rolling up to the street. Black hearse sitting in the pale moonlight. Faces in the windows, frozen in the night. Driver looks up, face twisted and queer. There's room for one more, the whisper in the ear. Room for one more, hear the engine groan. Room for one more, you're never alone. It's a black car waiting, it's a metallic door. Just one more body on the graveyard floor. Morning comes fast, back into the city grind. Forget the vision, leave the dream behind. High-rise office, waiting on the floor. Watching the light flash, waiting for the door. The elevator comes jam tight with the crowd, but one face stands out, speaking soft, not loud. It's the driver from the hearse, a grin on his face. Room for one more in this metal space. He steps back, lets the door slide shut. Intuition hitting him right in the gut. Doors click tight, elevator starts to slide, but the chain snaps hard on the downward ride. Shrieking in the shaft, metal hitting the base. Every single soul in the wrong place. Blackwell, watch the cable snap. He didn't take the ride. Sometimes it pays to say no. room for one more. So dead.
The weekend stretched out, quiet and wide. Mom and dad gone, nowhere to hide. Just a girl on the couch, the TV soft glow. Then the news broke the silence, heavy and low. A monster was roaming north of the town. I double locked windows and pulled the shades down. But I wasn't alone, my dog by my side. A lick on my hand, nowhere to hide. Drip, drip, the sound in the hall. Drip, drip, shadow stretch on the wall. I reach for the darker, wet tongue on my skin. Everything's safe, let the quiet back in. But the rhythm is wrong, the rhythm is cold. A story of terror, waiting to unfold. An hour passed by, then 2 in the night. The sound came closer, shaking my light. I reached for the floor and you're still there for me. A lick on my hand, as calm as can be. But at 2 a.m. from the bathroom door, a rhythmic percussion hitting the floor. I can't let this go, I have to be sure. I walk to the darkness, I walk to the cure. Open the wood, the handle turns slow. The breath in my throat, nowhere to go. The sight in the mirror, the scream in my chest. My dog hanging I put to the test. Stained on the glass in the crimson red hue. The message is waiting, humans can lick too. Drip, drip. It wasn't the dog, the dog, the dog.